Good morning, class 7 students, and welcome to another online life science classroom of St. Michael's Academy. Today, I am going to discuss coloration and locomotion in toad. So, let's start. So, today's class, we are starting with coloration. The color of toad, that means color of toad body. Actually, the coloration, the color of toad depends upon the presence of pigment cells or chromatophores in the dermis. You know, dermis is one layer of the skin of toad, and in that layer only another layer is present, that is called chromatophore or pigment cell, actually pigment layer of the skin. So they are talking about that particular layer. That particular layer, that means pigmentation layer or chromatophores layer, is responsible for the color change in toad skin. Some chromatophores also invade the epidermis. That means some chromatophores you can find out in dermis and some chromatophores you can find out in epidermis. Now, depending on the types of contained pigment granules, that means how many types of pigments are there in toad's body. The chromatophores may be of three types. One is melanophores, that containing black pigment. Guanophores, containing colorless crystals of guanine. Crystals, I think you know what is crystal. Crystal is a compound which contain water molecule within it. Generally, it's a opaque type of compound actually. So, containing colorless crystals of guanine. What is guanine? Guanine is a type of compound. Rather, you can say guanine is a type of organic compound. What is organic compound? In physical science, you will read inorganic and organic. Two divisions are there in case of various compounds. If you know what are compounds, that means compounds are made up of more than one element. Suppose H2O, that means water is a compound because it is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. So, like this, but H2O is an inorganic compound. Why? Because no carbon is present over here. But in case of guanine, as I have told just now, that guanine is a type of organic compound. So actually in organic compounds, any organic compounds, carbon and hydrogen must present. This much is enough for you because other thing is not in your syllabus. In your next class, physical science, you are going to read this. So there are three types of chromatophores in toad's body. One is melanophores, which is responsible for black color. Guanophores, which is responsible for crystal type of color. And lipophores, which is responsible for yellowish color. That means it contains yellow pigment. You can see the diagram of the toad. One yellowish color has been shown. Actually, for these lipophores are responsible. Now, blackish color responsible for are actually melanophores. Hope so you have understood. And it is means it's reflecting. The color is reflecting actually. It's very bright type of color of toad, skin of toad here. You can see this is responsible for guanophores. So three chromatophores, melanophores, guanophores, and lipophores. Hope so you have understood their function. The melanophores are situated in the deepest layer. The guanophores are intermediate in position, that means in the middle, while the lipophores are present in the upper layer. I told you just now that you can see a yellowish color. This is actually for outer skin actually, and this is responsible for lipophores. That means lipophores are present in the upper layer of the skin. Under lipophores, guanophores are present, and under this, another layer, that is melanophores. That means guanophores are present in between melanophores and lipophores. That's why it is called intermediate in position. Now, the melanophores are responsible for the production of blackish color, and the lipophores cause yellowish effect. Already I told. The guanine crystals in the guanophores produce diffraction effect. What is diffraction effect? It's like that just now I told. It's like reflecting type of color you can see. This is actually diffraction effect is related to light. That means daylight toad is looking like that, yellowish and this type of thing. But at night, toad generally looks like dark color, like blackish or dark green, like this. These changes occur. Actually, these changes occurs due to guanophores, and these changes is called diffraction effect of toad skin. Now, the color change in toad is rather a slow process. Color change is a slow process in toad and is controlled under the action of melanophore stimulating hormone, that is MSH. Very important, the full form of MSH, please read properly. Melanophore stimulating hormone of pituitary gland. Now my question is, what is hormone? Hormones are your body's chemical messengers. Here I have used your words because hormones are definition is as same as in toad and in human being also. So hormones are your body's chemical messengers. Messengers means it actually the carrier of messages. Carrier of messages. Like WhatsApp you use, na? Like WhatsApp messenger. So it's like a chemical messenger. That means chemically it carry the messages from one place to another place in our body or in toad's body. Chemical word they have used because by producing chemical compounds, actually this messenger this hormone do their functions. They travel in your bloodstream, that means within the blood, to tissues or organs. That means they carries the messages from through the blood to the tissues or organs from the different parts of our body or from toad. They work slowly over time and affect many different processes. They means hormone, including growth and development. That means our growth, body growth, that you are becoming tall, maybe you are becoming healthy or you are becoming thin, whatever it is. This growth and development occurs due to hormones. Metabolism, how your body gets energy from the foods you eat. That means hormones helps in the metabolism also. Metabolism means the digestion of our body. So hormones are the chemical messengers of an animal's body, especially mammal's body. They carries the messages from the different parts of the body through the bloodstream, through the blood to tissues or organs. Now, hope so you have understood. So the MSH or melanophore stimulating hormones is this type of hormone, but it is hormone of pituitary gland. Now my question is, what is pituitary gland? The pituitary gland is a small pea-sized gland that plays a major role in regulating vital body functions and general well-being. It is referred to as the body's master gland because it controls the activity of most other hormone secreting glands. That means pituitary is the headmistress, you can say, headmistress of hormonal glands because they control the other activities of other hormonal glands. That's why it is called master gland. Where it is located, pituitary gland in between our two eyes. Actually, pituitary gland another name is mustard gland, and another local name is third eye. Maybe you know the third eye of Shiva, means Lord Shiva, like this. So this third eye concept, or Ma Durga as third eye, Ma Kali. So this third eye concept actually came from this pituitary gland. In my Zoom class, please ask me, please remind me, I'll show you the exact location of pituitary gland. The color change in toad is not under nervous control. That means this color change in toad is not controlled by nervous system. But in fishes, instantaneous color change is caused through the nervous system, while the slower change is under hormonal control. Actually, here they meant to say that in fishes color changes occur, but this is due to nervous system in case of fishes. But in case of amphibia or like toad, color change is a slow process and it happens due to hormonal control. Locomotion in toad. In toad, generally two types of locomotion can be seen. One is swimming, another one is jumping. So locomotion in toad, basically in toad, the entire muscular and skeletal systems have become specialized for jumping and swimming. Actually, in toad, as in class I have already discussed, that forelimbs helps in jumping and hind limbs helps in jumping as well as swimming. Why swimming? Because you can see there are 5 digits in their hind limbs and 4 digits in the forelimbs of a toad. You can see the 4 digits of 4 limbs of a toad separately visible. They are not at all connected by anything, but the hind limbs in a toad are connected. Actually, the digits of hind limbs, 5 digits of hind limb, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 digits are connected, say, by a wave-like structure. This is a thin muscular membrane-like structure. That's why this limb of toad is called webbed feet also. So because of this connection, this thin muscular connection, this leg of toad helps them to swim. The movements are caused by the thrust of both the hind limbs. Movements means jumping and swimming are caused by the thrust. Thrust means pressure. That means pressure created by both the hind limbs, and so that they can jump. And swimming, so I am telling why the hind limbs is responsible for swimming. So the movements are caused by the thrust of both the hind limbs. Besides jumping and swimming, toad is able to walk on land by these 4 feet. This is caused by bringing into play a set of proprioceptor or proprioceptive reflexes. Now your question, I know, what is this proprioceptor or proprioceptive reflexes? Actually, first I am telling you what is reflexes. Basically, reflexes are the involuntary actions responded to a stimulus. Now, involuntary action means what? That means the actions which is done without will. Suppose I am giving you one example. One mosquito is biting on your palm. So automatically you are going to hit that mosquito, or you are just taking off your hand from that place. This is involuntary movement because without will you have to do this. Suppose your knee knee jerk by hammer. Suppose one hammers, if one hammer is on knees, actually striking on a knees, if one hammer is striking on your knees, so what will happen? Automatically you will take off your legs. So these actions are called involuntary movement. That means the actions happened without your will. So now, hope so you are understanding slowly that reflexes means this type of involuntary action responded to a stimulus. What is stimulus? Actually, you can say in biological term that can trigger a physical or behavioral change. That can trigger, or you can say that stimulus is some cause for which some physical changes or behavioral changes occur in animal or in human being. Just now I have given you two examples. First example here, mosquito is the stimulus, and in second example, hammer is the stimulus. So hope so you have understood what are reflexes. Now I am coming to this word, that is proprioceptor. Proprioceptor or proprioceptive reflexes. In this case, actually, reflexes in muscles or legs. When this type of reflexes happens in muscles or legs of an animal, that time those reflexes are called proprioceptor or proprioceptive reflexes. So in toad, this type of reflexes happens in their limbs, hind limbs, forelimbs, because of these four limbs. Four means FOUR, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, two forelimbs and two hind limbs. They can walk also, they can swim, as well as they can jump. So these are called proprioceptor reflexes. Hope so you have understood. You can see the diagram, you will understand more. Already I have shown the structure of forelimbs and hind limbs. Please concentrate in this portion of the diagram and try to draw. I am not telling you always draw a full toad. I am just telling you draw those portions. That means only forelimb and only hind limb portion with the digit structure. That is very important with this locomotion. So hope so you have understood. You know, if you have not understood, obviously you will jot it down and you will ask me in my live Zoom class. So thank you students and have a nice day.